Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and welcome back. It is our Thursday live stream. We go from 6 to 7 p.m., which means I typically start at 6:05 to make sure everyone's got time to come in. So if you have never been to my channel before, that's kind of how it goes. We have a live stream, which means we have a live chat. So people come in, and we've got actually a very large growing community of people that come over and watch all the live streams, and they like to communicate in there. So if you want to skip over this part, if you're watching archived, you can just take your little dot and just toggle it right past all of this beginning stuff and jump right into the card if that's what you want to do. So hey Nina, and if you see somebody in blue and you're live, they are our moderators, so we are so glad to have them. You're going to notice that the lighting is just slightly different in here today, and I think that we're going to get a lot clearer of a picture. So hi Penny and Tiffany and Nina. Welcome guys. So if you haven't gotten your template, you have several minutes now that you can jump over to the store, Quality Crafts, what is it, /store or something like that. I don't know. It's not hard to find. You go to Quality Crafts, you click on the little store link at the top and it takes you there. And then look under digital downloads, you'll be able to find the download. It looks just like this. So if you print that out, make sure you're printing it out on a heavier style cardstock, because that's going to be the base of your card. All the other paper that you embellish with can be really thin pattern paper, scraps, whatever you have laying around. That's not a big deal. Make sure that you have some strong adhesive today for this. I would recommend either like a double-sided sticky or a wet glue that's going to really hold, especially if you decide to use paper that's thicker than pattern paper. Because of the bend, it tends to come up. And I'm going to show you on one of these. This end is coming up because it's bendy, and so the sticky isn't holding as well. And I just used ATG tape. So I would just suggest you use a wet glue and make sure that you glue your pieces down really, really well so that they don't come up like later on after you've shipped it and given it to your friend or whatever. Hi Tarita and Vicky and Tamitha. Becca's here. And it looks like Reiki or Ricky. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I apologize ahead of time. Elaine is here. Wow, we've got people from England. If you guys want to sound off and tell me where you guys are from, it's always fun to know. We usually have quite a variety of people from around the world, so that's really super cool. You're all invited to go over to Facebook and join our Quality Crafts family community of people who are going to inspire you. We take what we learn here and we post it over there so that we can see what everyone else is making and how cool and different all the designs end up being. So that is super fun. A lot of the things that you see me use, you can find in my shop. And if you're so inclined, if you'd like to join me on Patreon, that is a way that you can pledge and support the passion that I have in making this a full-time commitment for you guys. And that keeps me able to be producing these videos on a weekly basis. I do 3 every week. One on Thursday night, which is like tonight, 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. One on Sunday afternoons from 2 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then one, it comes out at varied times on Wednesday evening, which is a 5-minute card where I time myself and I put in like some humorous quips. So if you've never seen one of those, go on over to my regular YouTube like main page and check out the playlists and you'll see them. We have 41 of those. 41! Can't believe it. 41 5-minute cards, so those are really fun. You're going to want to check those out. So, yeah, hello, Linda, and I think I said hi to Nina. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Monica, hello. Minnesota, pouring rain. We had rain, like, I think most of the day. It's cloudy, which is okay. I didn't have to go anywhere, so maybe tomorrow I can get out and go and do some fun things. Yeah. Oh, and we've got Penny in Cleveland, Arlington, Texas. What else did I want to say about that? Oh, I just want to mention that, oh my gosh, we have someone from Netherlands. That's cool. All right. We are probably not, not even probably, we're not making a card that looks exactly like either one of these. And what I mean by that is the base is going to be exactly the same, but we're going to decorate it totally different. Because the whole idea is that I give you the tools and techniques to make the base, and then you guys take off and you use your inner artist to create something that's uniquely your own. Rain from the tropical storm today. I hope everything's okay with you now, Linda. Yikes. What was the other thing? Oh, the big blog thing. Whew, I can't believe I almost forgot to mention that. You guys, we are going to start having challenges every month on the Quality Crafts blog. I hope somebody will link us quickly. We're starting in July. So July 1st is also the virtual Christmas in July day. And I hope you guys will join me because I'm going to be doing live events showing you how to use the kits if you were lucky enough to get one. And if you weren't, go to the store and check out the kits. Gather stuff from your supplies at home and make a kit that looks similar, because you don't have to have exactly everything we had in that kit to do some of the cards and the techniques that I'm going to be showing you that day. And it's just going to be a real relaxed, just throwing out and sharing of ideas and inspiring one another to create Christmas stuff. And along the way here, I've been creating some Christmas stuff. So this one is kind of a wintry card. And there's a couple of different sets on here that I'll be showing you along the way. And we've got just under a minute to, oh, hey, Jamie and Carol and Tarita. And who else did I miss? Linda. Michelle is here. Yay! We've got some great design members on our design team for that blog challenge. And that's going to be starting, like I said, on July 1st. The virtual Christmas in July will be the day that we kick off also the blog challenges. It's going to be every month on the 1st of the month till like the day before, like the last day of the month. And then every 1st of the month we will review who was the winner or the winners, and then we will let you know what the new theme is and introduce, you know, the whole next month's blog challenge. So it's going to be super cool. I cannot wait to do this. I've been just dying to add this to the Quality Crafts community, so I hope you guys will participate and share and get people involved. There's going to be prizes, digi stamps and other things as we go along, so it's going to be really cool. So let's get started at 6:05. If you have your template, I'm going to start by creating a card using exactly this. Just so that I don't forget, I did say I was going to show you what I used on this one. I used a May Made It set called Memory Lane for the truck. Okay, so that was the truck. If you're looking for that, check out May Made It. I did some embossing with silver on the Let It Snow. You can find that in my shop. That's the set of embossing powders. And then I also used for the little snowflakes, the snowflake from this set, which you can find in the store. And then the little trees, I actually used this die. It's like a stamp and a die set that is also in my store, and I used this polka dotted tree. So if you're looking for those things, you'll know where to get them. These 3 things are in my store. If you want to recreate that card, you can. And then if you want to go over to May Made It, I used the truck to finish off that card. But you can add anything you want to your cards. You don't have to do anything exactly like I've done it. This one I did completely by hand. I just cut out the heart and stuff. So if you want to know how to make that, leave that in the comments. I'll show you how I did that. It's real simple. It's just that maybe when you look at it, you're thinking like, how did you do that? But it's super simple. So if you're working off of the free template, this is the one that we're going to make first. After I'm done showing you how to put this template together and work this out, then I'm going to do one completely from scratch with just 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. And I use a white Nina cardstock 110 pound, if you're wondering about that. So we're going to do a little bit of X-Acto knife cutting or craft knife cutting, so you're going to need a mat. Everything, just about everything, is linked in the description box below if you're looking to find something on Amazon. I affiliate through them, so I get a small little commission if you use my links, and people have been doing so, so thank you so much for supporting my channel in that way. All you have to do, if you have your template, is just simply cut it out. If you don't want the black lines to show, My black lines showed on this one, if you can see where it is around the edge. Then cut your template just on the inside of that line to get rid of the black lines. I'm not concerned about my black lines showing, so I'm going to just like cut right down the center of the black lines and cut this whole thing out. An embossing tutorial? Absolutely. Tiffany, when are you available? Because I have time tomorrow. I could probably jump on and do one in the, I can either do one on YouTube and just post it, and you can watch it when you're available, or I'd be willing to do one in the Facebook group if you guys are interested in doing a little bit of just embossing and showing you how to emboss and things like that. Let me know. Let me know what works for you. I have a lot more open time during the summer now that, because I work for the school district, so I'm off during the summer. I do trainings though, ongoing trainings, and so I just did one. It was amazing. So amazing. We were talking about how to curb and start fighting back, basically getting rid of microaggressions and racism in our school district. Really, really cool stuff. The teachers in my district are genuinely care about that stuff and really work hard to get to a point where everyone feels safe and free when they're at school. So it's amazing. It was one of the best trainings I've ever been to. I was really impressed. I can't say that about all of them. Some of them aren't so fun, and if you're a teacher, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But hey, I mean, my goal is to be 100% here with you guys doing this kind of stuff, so let's work on that, shall we? I did switch mics, so I hope that when I get excited and I talk a little bit louder, it's not creating that feedback for you guys. I really hope it's not. One of my mics is a little bit more sensitive than the other, so I switched over. Yes, tomorrow would be fun, so let me know if you want me to do that in the group or out of the group. And if one of the moderators could just keep track of what people think about that, because right now I have to concentrate on putting this card together the right way so I don't mess it up for you. These little dots right here mean to score. So just go ahead and bend as close as you can to where those dots are and just give it a crease. If you don't have a bone folder, use the flat end of, you know, like a dull end of a scissors or the flat end of a pen or your fingernail or whatever you have. These you don't have to worry about the dark lines, because what's going to happen is this one's going to flip over and go on the card this way. This one's going to flip over and go on the card this way. So if you're looking at the black lines, those are going to go face down. Okay? But before we do that, we're going to leave them face up where all the black lines are showing, and that's where the tape's going to go on these two sides. Okay? And I'm going to use sticky tape because I really want this to hold together. There's enough room on this template, I believe, to make 2 rows of this, and I'm going to do both. I'm going to literally fill it in with 2 rows of this tape to make sure that they don't come off. So you're looking at all the black lines are facing up, and that's where you're putting your tape, is on that side of the card. I'm praying to the gods right now I don't mess this up on you guys. Because I'm literally going to show you 2 different ways to do this pretty simply, but I just really wanted to get to the template first. So I did mention in the beginning that you were going to need a mat here for, and I moved a few things around, so pardon me while I dig for my craft knife, which should be laying right here. There it is. Wherever you'll see these little straight lines, that's where you're going to make a cut line. Make sure you make your cut line just a little tiny bit bigger than the line you actually see, and go over it a couple of times so that we make sure when we put it together you have no problem getting that little circle end in there. And then I have a little trick to stabilize these dots so that the card goes together easier. You're going to want to take a 3/4 inch punch, and that's also listed in the supplies. And I'm going to do this right now while I'm thinking of it. You're going to want to put a 3/4 inch heavier cardstock reinforcement on there, because I have found that once I put down my paper that I'm embellishing with, this becomes really like fragile and bends, and you want your card to stay together really well. So if you do this, this will save you a lot of headache. Put it on the side, the same side as the tape, with all the black lines facing up. All right. Use wet adhesive so that it stays forever and doesn't come off. Okay. You'll be so happy you did, because if you use a different kind of adhesive, it might not work as well. But this, the reason why I'm doing this is because when I show you how to make this without the template, for those of you guys who don't want to use the template, you're going to need these little circles to actually make that part, and we'll probably double them up just to make sure that they're super duper strong. Because what's going to happen now is that we're going to flip these over and we're going to glue that to the side, and then this is going to stick into that slit right there. Okay, but we're going to have paper on the top of this. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So here we are. We've cut the little slit in here. I believe we cut the slit in there, yep. And we added our reinforcements here after cutting out all the pieces, okay? And we put the tape on the bottom here. That's how far we are right now. And then we're going to put the card together. But before we do that, we want to put on, it's much easier to, I think, to embellish with the paper first before you put the card together. It's totally up to you though. And I'm going to use, I've got this like bundle of extra papers that I've never opened up and used, and I just kind of want to play around and see what we've got in here. Let's just check it out. Because, oh, there's some like Halloween stuff in here. This cloud stuff is really pretty. We could put clouds on. I just thought it would be fun to see what was in here along with you guys. You can use scraps too. So, oh, I've got bugs. Bugs would be fun. And then I also did another, oh, this would be really cool. Let's do this as like the background here. So basically you're going to want to cut the exact size, or maybe just a little bit smaller. That's Liney. He has Alzheimer's in cats, and he just forgets where he is, and he forgets he's eaten. You're such a little charity case. I know. He's been fed 50 million times today, I swear. I'm going to do my paper so that there's a little white border. But what I'm saying is you can do it any way you want. You don't have to have a border there. You can make it the exact size of the paper. Maybe you want to do that if you want to cover up your little black lines. It's totally up to you. So I'm just going to give that a slice there. And then you're going to want to have a couple of pieces of paper that sort of match. So now you guys are saying, but you covered up that line that we cut. Yep, I sure did. I'm going to go ahead and cover up that line. And then we're going to recut it. And actually right now, this paper that I'm doing right now, you can do with ATG. The bendy parts, these two parts, when we do them, you're going to want to make sure you use a wet adhesive and make sure that that's not going to come up. So I'm going to center this really well, you know, best I can, and then flip it over and recut that line before I forget about it. This is where the reinforcements on those little circles are going to come in really handy, because now I've got a double layer there, and if I try to force this little nub into that little space, it's going to bend, and it's not going to be pretty. So remember how we put all that stuff on this side with the black lines? Now we're just going to go ahead and flip them over like this, and we're going to put the paper on the white side. And for this larger piece, you want your slit on the right side. I'm just mentioning these things because I want to make sure that you guys don't put it together wrong, or, you know, end up doing it a little bit, I guess, wrong and then being upset with yourself. Oh, look, there's all kinds of, like, Christmas paper and stuff in here. Butterflies! Oh, y'all know we want, oh, that's pretty. Let's use the pink, right? And then we can cut some butterflies out and put them on there. That'd be so cool. Another tip that I want to share with you that I got from Penny Joe is the fact that you don't have to have straight layers either. If you want to go ahead and cut like the edge of this with an edger like this, you can do that. Let's try it. Let's see how it turns out. I'm going to cut it off camera just, well, I'll do it here. It makes a lot of little pieces, but let's just put it, I'm going to look from the back and make sure that I don't cut all the way to the edge. See what I mean by it makes lots of little tiny pieces? You just want to make sure you're not making a complete mess all over the place. So I'm going to line these up again. It's hard to see, I know, but I'm just lining them up by looking through this window and punching again. I'm not going to punch all the way to the end. I left it like a window, and you can do that, or you can cut straight off the edges. It doesn't matter either way. But see, now I got to dump that in the garbage, so I'm going to pick that up and dump it out. Alright, so that's our one. And this is our bigger one, so let me make sure that we're in frame here. And I want a piece that goes here. So all I'm going to do is just do a little marking here about where I want it to end. And a little marking on this side where I want it to end, because that's going to help me in my cutting. And that way I don't have to look so hard, because it can be kind of difficult to get that just right. So I'm just lining up those little black lines on the edge of my trimmer and cutting it, hopefully as straight as I can. And when I can't get at it, I just shove another piece in there until it comes out the side. I really love that pink. That is so cute. I got a little black mark there. Oh, look, it came right off with my eraser. Erasers do wonderful things. Just never know. Your dog always looks for the cat. Oh, so, and I just got done telling you should use wet adhesive for this, and I just threw my ATG gun on there. So I'm going to put a little wet adhesive on the edges, especially on the edges, okay? Because you don't want that to come off when it bends, because it is a bendy card. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put my fingers there and wait a moment for that to take. And I'm reading some of the comments too. Hi Sandy. Hi Donna. Okay. And we're going to want a piece for this one too. So let's see. We've got like a yellow and a pink. And what else we want? We're going to cut out butterflies. So I don't want to put another butterfly there. Maybe we can find another, like another color. Flat color. Like a teal would look really pretty with that. I like the teal. Let's go with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave another little white border. Like I said, you can leave white border or you don't have to. It's up to your own personal taste. And I like the little white border, so I'm just going to leave 2 little black marks exactly where I want that to be cut so that it fits this piece. Bring in my little cutter. And a lot of people ask me about this little cutter. I should look it up. I don't know if you can still get this. You probably can. It's made by Fiskars, obviously. And I got it at a place called Savers for $1.99. It's like a Goodwill store, and now it's no longer there, which I'm really bummed about because it was a super cool store. Lots of really great stuff, even clothes you could get there. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off now, lining up with the little black lines that I just made. And then I'm going to have scraps, so I might be all set for Wednesday. Wednesday 5-minute card. Oh, Mickey, good idea. So I still have space in my studio for you guys to come visit me for the virtual crop. And Mickey is down by Chicago and would like to do a carpool. If there's anybody that wants to, carpool, please speak up and let her know, because a couple of you guys are totally welcome to come here and hang out with me. This did not cut straight. You can totally see that. That's alright. Once we get the butterflies on there, we won't really notice it. But remember, there's a cut line on this one. So I'm going to flip it over now that I have my paper on and recut that. Sometimes an extra little sliver of paper will come out. That's okay too, because for sure you're going to want that to be wide enough for your little tab to fit in that hole. So we've got the bottom piece with the nick or the hole right there on the right hand side, and then we've got the larger piece with the little nick. If you can see it, it's right there on the left hand side. That's going to go on the left side, and this one is going to go on the right side, and that's how it's going to go together. So let's put the big piece on first. We're going to just take that tape off of this side. The tape liner. A lot of people use tools to get the tape liner off. I just find the tools just are a little cumbersome for me. So go ahead and line this up along the bottom of your card here. If you have to stand them up on end, you know, and do that little tappy thing, then take the end and wrap it around the side. And then make sure that that adheres really well to the side. Okay, and we are going to put the card together, but just so we get the pieces on first, we're going to take the tape off the next piece and put that on. If you guys really, if you like this card, if you're enjoying what's going on, I know I miss a lot of what's going on in the I feel like I'm like off kilter here. Put some hearts and some emoticons and stuff. Let me know that you guys are enjoying what's going on in the video. Just curious. And I'm going to line this up, and then I like to stand it up and like tap it and make sure that it's straight on the edge, and then fold my edge over. But there, you might find there's another way that's more comfortable for you. And then you're just going to open up the left side so you can put, the right side, so you can put the left side into the little thing. And I just wiggle it back and forth until it fits. If I can't get it all the way in, then I cut it a little bit longer. Like I said, you can cut it a little bit longer than it naturally is. That's going to help it fit a little bit better. I'm going to just give it another little cut because I don't want to wreck my tab, especially if you're adding extra layers. So then I'm going to push it in, and that's about as far as it goes. You can also just, pull from the back too if you want, but you shouldn't have to. And then the one on top tucks into the tab that's in the top piece. Okay, and then that creates the little bumps, and that's it. That's literally about all you have to do is just cut those out, put the tape on, embellish them, and stick them together. That is so cute. I really love this idea. I'm really glad that Penny shared that with me, that you can do that kind of a thing. So let's go ahead and finish embellishing this with the butterflies. Well, what time is it? It's 6:30. You know what? Let me show you first. I'm going to set this aside and we'll embellish if we have time. I really want to show you how to do this if you don't have the template, because there are going to be people that won't have that. If you have a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper that would look like this, you're just going to go ahead and cut it right down the center at 4 1/4, just like you would for 2 card bases. Okay, and then you're going to take one, so you can actually out of one piece of paper get 2 of these bendy cards, because then you're going to take this piece right here. I had to bring in my other cutter because this one's not long enough. And you're going to cut this in half again, like a regular card base. I'm not as practiced with this one, so I hope I don't mess it up on you guys, so stick with me. We're going to cut it in half at 5 1/2. So we'll have 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which are which is an A2 size card base. So you have 2 like this. Okay, this is how you make the bendy card. I'm going to measure one piece just to make sure that I don't steer you wrong. This is actually your base piece. The yellow, you know, the white piece under the yellow there. Okay, that's your base piece. Here, baby. And then the other piece you're just going to cut in half. Not literally in half though. You're going to decide, do you want a really tiny, you know, like this one's wider than this one? You decide how wide or how thin you want these 2 pieces. And so you take that piece and you just cut it. It's not going to be as long as the regular piece though, so that's what I'm, let me measure that quick. So these 2 pieces are actually, don't count the little bump. If we go by inches, it's 4 1/2 inches. Do you see that? So instead of being 5 1/4, I mean 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, instead of being 5 1/2, it's 4 1/2. Okay? So go ahead and cut this first at 4 1/2. This is, my trimmer's not long enough. I'm going to pull this one out. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm going to clarify in just a moment. 4 1/2, I said. I have to be watching my cats too, because if I let one of the cats go after his food, he'll eat it all on him. So the base of your bendy card is a regular A2 size card. The other one is, yep. Okay, he's done eating. Quick, these boys are quick. I have to be on top of them all the time. All right. This one is going to be 4 1/2, like I said. 4 1/2 by 4 1/4. And I'm double checking. See how they match up? So this is the piece that we're going to take and we're going to cut in half. And I don't know, however you want to do it. I'm going to make one, let's see, 1 1/2 inches, and the other one is going to be really, really big. I don't think it matters. So now I've got 2 pieces that are going to be the pieces that go across. Then on these 2 pieces, you're going to score them at the 1/4 inch that wrapped around this side. I feel like this is not as clear of a video as I wanted it to be. You can make these even longer if you want. I'm going to go on a 1/4 inch on this side right here. It depends on how wide you want your card to stick out. I'm going to show you that in just, I am going to clarify this in just a moment. Okay, so my bigger piece is going to go on this side. And my littler piece is going to go on this side. So it looks really similar to the other card, right? And so we're going to flip these over, and we're going to put that sticky tape like we did on the other 2. There's so many different ways that you can make the base of this card that it's kind of hard for me in my crafty brain to just give you one single way to do it. If I'm confusing you at all, use the template. Then you don't have to worry about it. So this is where where the little circles come in, the 3/4 inch circle. So pull that back out. Make your little circles. The camera's blurring in and out because there's a ton of white going on here. There's not a lot of color and stuff. And sometimes when I turn off the autofocus to stop that, then everything gets blurry. I will try it. Then if you guys would just let me know if everything just goes kittywampus and blurry and you can't see anything at all. I turned it off, so hopefully it'll stop doing that. These are 3/4 of an inch circles, the same size as I used for the template. We're going to go ahead and just glue these together with wet glue because we want them to be really strong when they go on the card. This is this way is just slightly trickier than doing it with the template because the template already shows you where to put the lines. And so for this one, you guys are going to have to make up your own lines. And so that's where the tricky part comes in. Then you're going to put glue on like half this. And you're going to find the center. And you're going to actually put it on there yourself. You're creating the tab. I really do think that it behooves you to use the template just because it's easier. But if you're the kind of person that likes to DIY and do things on your own, then this would be a really fun experiment for you guys to do on your own. Now I put those on the same side as I have the tape with everything facing up because I know that when I glue these down, they're going to be flipped over. Okay, so the other half of the circle is not going to be seen underneath. It's going to be underneath that. I hope that's making sense for you guys. Bye, Aleene. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I need just a little short break here, quick. Hi, Deanne. Cheers, guys. Thanks for being here. Let's finish this up now. Now, here's the tricky part because you have to make sure you have to put on where you want your marks to be. So I just move mine over like a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch. It doesn't really matter how far you move it over, but the point is you have to move it over a little bit because if you don't, if you put your card butt up against there and you put your slit right here, then this is not going to bend out. You want it to bend out a little bit. So however far out you move this card, that's how far it's going to bend. So don't make it really super far. Like I would say a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch would be good. I'm going to go about a 1/4 of an inch. Do you see that? Maybe just slightly more than a 1/4 of an inch. I'm making sure that it's flush with the bottom. And then I'm going to mark this with my stylus. 2 little bumps on either side of this tab. Because that's where I'm going to put my mark. That's where I'm going to slice my paper. Alright, so get out your craft knife, and you can use a straight edge if you want. I'm going to go ahead and just cut this straight down. Alright, that's going to be your first mark. And then you have to have a mark on this one too. So this one, put this one on here. This is the tricky part too, I think. And you put this one over the top. Make sure that they're flush. Again, same idea. If you put this against the side here and you mark your line here, this front part will not bend out. So you literally have to like move this over also about, you know, a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch or so. And then mark it on this piece. And then you have to remove this entire piece off of here to make your cut so you don't accidentally cut the piece underneath. But that's where my next cut's going to go right there. Okay, so this one should be going into that slit, and then once you get it on and you put this piece on, this piece should be going into that slit. If it's not bendy out enough, then you're going to want to go ahead and slide it out a little bit more. Again, there's a bazillion different ways you can do this card. It's probably not going to look exactly like mine. And of course, when you do the embellishments, like this one, I added a heart and I just used some paper. And this one, I went a little bit crazier and I added all kinds of stuff. And you could like put stuff behind these panels, in front of these panels, and really go crazy. And it's just super fun. And then the one that we did together just recently was this one. Let me put it back together here quick. Get out all of your other tools if you have them and do these kind of things. And then, of course, you're going to want to add your sentiments and, you know, whatever you want to do. But then when you go to send this card to somebody, you have to unhook these pieces and you lay them completely flat. And then it will send in the mail. Totally flat. Now, here's the funny thing. If you send this to somebody who's not a card maker, without any kind of directions or maybe a picture or some kind of something, like maybe you want to write on the end, tuck in the tabs or something, they're going to look at this and go, you know what I mean? They're going to like wing these things out and go, what is this? So just make sure that when you're sending it to somebody that you maybe give them a heads up. Or maybe this is something you give to somebody, you know, in person so you can show them how it goes together, because it really is quite stunning when it gets put together. They might not be able to figure it out. All right, so we could go ahead and embellish this whole thing. I don't know if I really want to, though. I'm kind of feeling like I'd rather embellish the other one. Can you guys give me an idea what you want to do? Do you want me to go ahead and try to finish embellishing this one, or should we just take the last like 20 minutes and finish this one off? I'm just going to give you, I know there's a little bit of lag. I'm going to give you some time while you're thinking about that. I'm going to cut out a couple of these butterflies because I definitely want some butterflies on here. And I'll try my best to keep my eyes peeled on that chat. So if you're watching this archived and you're like, dang, I missed it live, I wanted to have some say, catch us live the next time. So the next live will be this coming Sunday. And I would love to have you guys here. It's super fun when you get in that conversation and you can just, you know, you can be like a part of the creation as things go. It's really fun. I'm seeing a couple people saying to just go ahead and finish the one that we started, because now you kind of have the gist of how to make the other one. You could go ahead and just put that together sometime when you've got time. It's going to take me a few minutes to cut out a couple of these butterflies anyway, won't it? But I'm the fussy cutting queen. Michelle put a little thing out there. She says, please vote for the white card or to finish. What did you say? Vote for white or color to finish. I think I'm seeing most of the people saying they want us to finish the first one. So I think that's the direction I'm going to go here. So I picked a pink one to match with that pink because that'll probably go up here somewhere. And that's how I'm choosing. I'm choosing like, oh, perfect example. Look what happened. Look what happened with my paper. It's coming up because I did not use wet glue. So if this happens to you, put a little bit liner of glue on the edge there. And then I like to use my finger just to like spread it out so that it doesn't come oozing out and it takes a little bit less time to dry. And then hold it down with your fingers until it adheres. And so that's what I'm going to do here real quick. So this, I'm glad this happened so that you guys could see what I'm talking about. Because it's bendy, and this paper that I use is a little bit heavier of a cardstock, it's going to pull up if you just use ATG. So maybe you want to use your red line sticky or your double-sided sticky, But I truly think that using a wet adhesive, I did it with this piece, didn't I? That one's staying down. I think wet adhesive is your best bet because it adheres the paper to the paper. It's like a total bond. Oh, hey, Aleene, it's okay if you're late. I totally planned that. You guys crack me up. We have such a fun community. I hope you guys will just join me over on Facebook and just come on over. It's you won't regret it. It's super fun. I'm just trying to find another one. I kind of like this one. I'd let you vote on the butterflies, but it's going to take me a few minutes to get these all cut out, so I don't know. If there's any other butterfly in here that you see that you think is like really, which one do you think is worthy? Maybe the yellow one? I don't know, let me know. What? Red tape? No, no, no. Red line tape? That's like, Nina, you're so silly. Red line tape is like sticky tape, but it's literally red. I own some of it. I have some of it in a closet somewhere. Oh, Dee Dee's here. Hi, Daphne. Long time no see, girlfriend. I'm glad you popped in. We're just actually finishing up this bendy card. Which one of y'all is giving me the thumbs down on every one of my videos? Turkeys. If there's something that you don't like about my video, let me know. I can't fix it if I don't know. That one's cute. Did you guys decide it? The yellow, see the yellow, the orange and the, who said orange and blue? Oh, this one? This orange and blue one? It doesn't quite go with, well, sorta, kinda. You had me scared. You had me scared. So, yes, let's do the yellow one. The yellow one is really cool. I wonder where I got this paper from. Something tells me it may have been either an online, like, garage sale type thing a long, long time ago, or it could have possibly been Ginny Maxim, because sometimes she does paper packs. Although she tends to be a little bit more vintage and really elegant stuff. So if you're looking for vintage and elegant, check out Ginny Maxim. She's amazing. I'm sorry, right off the top of my head, I can't think of the name of her group, but if you look her up, Ginny Maxim, no, Maxam. I love her stuff. Now we could get all crazy and pull out black paper and redo the little, let's do that. Do we have time? We have time. I need a piece of black paper. I just need a scrap. Oh, scrappy. Come on. Oh, there we go. This will work. This will work. All right. So cut a tiny little sliver. I'm getting really down and dirty with the teeny tiny stuff today, but you don't have to get this crazy if you don't want to, but I just think it would be really fun. So all I did was just cut that sliver and then like bend it in half. And I'm going to put a little glue on there and put it behind this butterfly. And hopefully after I get some more glue on there, it's really hard to see. And now that I've turned off the autofocus, you guys will not be able to see something that tiny. We're going to go ahead and glue this one on the blue. So I think that it will be easier to see. So I made sure that the little antennae went down, then I'll add the glue. Spread the glue out there. Spread the love. Alright, and then I'm going to hold it just so that that stays there. It is Aleene's Tacky glue, and I put it in these little bottles that I sell in my shop. I add a little bit of water, I give it a little bit of a shake, and then I always keep it laying on my desk on the side, because if you leave it sitting up like this, then you always have to wait for it to drain to the bottom, but if you keep it on its side, you don't have to wait as long. So look at that. Cute, right? And we could add rhinestones to that too. But let's go ahead. We've got one more here. I'm just folding this into a little V. I know it's probably hard for you to see, and if they're not even, just go ahead and snip them with the scissors. And this one will go, I think we'll put the pink one up here. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I just use my fingernail to kind of give it a little, so that it's flat right in the middle here, but it comes up on the other side. How many of you guys like this funky green fingernail polish? This is ultimately my favorite color green in the whole world. It's like an olive green. It's by Sally Hansen Extreme Nails, and it's called Green Thumb, which is something I absolutely do not have. Every plant I've ever had has killed, so my apologies to the plants. Have a little prayer for every plant I ever killed. I do not have a green thumb at all. Alright, we'll put down the little antennae. Whoopsie, it stuck to my finger. There we go. And then the little butterfly to hopefully hold that in place. There we go. Stay in place, would you? There we go. Okay. It's better to just give it a little push and lift the wings up when you're done. Ooh, we could even like put stickles on here, or glitter glue, or if you don't like glitter glue or stickles or glitter in general, then what you want to do is get a glittery embossing powder, because you sprinkle that stuff on and heat set it and it's done and it never comes off again. That would be your pie in the sky there. So there we go. We've got one up there. I think we should probably add the blue one, huh? I need one more set of antennae. Do they match? Sort of. You guys notice the details. I love that. Alright. One more little set of antennae here. I'm just going to chop this off. Chop it off. You know what I did this over during this training too, I have to tell you guys. I am the biggest, what do I say? How do I say it? Like, I have the most social anxiety out of anybody that I know. And I am not a public speaker. Even though I'm an interpreter for the deaf and I'm in front of a lot of people a lot of the time, don't enjoy it. I just don't enjoy it. But I spoke my mind at these trainings we had, and I just had a blast. Like, I even joined the panel, you guys. I joined the panel and spoke and shared my stories with everybody in the group in front of the group. It's crazy. I just felt so courageous like the past couple of days. It's been amazing. I know some of you guys can relate. There's the last butterfly. Where did that come from? I love the Packers. Oh, the green and gold. The green fingernails. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I am so totally not into sports, you guys. Oh, just sports and me do not mix. And there we go. How cute is that? I feel like we really need some bling. Do we have a couple minutes? Yeah, we do. The back of the paper, it looks like the pink that we used for this part right here. That's what the back of the paper looks like. It's all like pink. Pink flowers. Pink flowers. So I've got a bunch of this other stuff. And like the back of the teal was brown. That's the butterfly stuff. So I'll probably use that for like a 5-minute card, since I've got a bunch of scraps right here in my hand. But let's add some bling to that. I have my bling box right here, and I'm thinking it would really be cool if we could add some. Oh, I'm almost out of little teeny tiny gems here. 1, 2. I think I have enough to do at least 2 gems on each one. So I have been trying to get in store this tool for you guys, and it's been impossible because, like, they don't have them. Like, I can't get them anywhere. So I feel bad, but I really, really like this tool, and if I could get it, we would totally have them in the store. And I just ruined those two. They stuck together. Oh. Don't you hate that when you get fuzz in your gems? I think it might work, though. What the hey, Belly? Get on there. Okay, we got one. We got one down, people. One down, one to go. It's stuck to my finger. Well, that was an epic fail, wasn't it? Oh, I reconciled it. We're all good. Okay. What I was trying to do was get this off of here. Ugh. Just cut these with this part right here and just lift them up with this tool. There we go. See, like that. And then you can use the tool to, like, put them right where you want them. As long as the sticky part comes off. There we go. Oh, that's adorable. I got one more. One more. What am I missing? Somebody said the back side of the paper is pretty. Yeah, totally. Pretty like you guys. Beautiful like you people. Well, can't believe my husband's not home yet. I hope he's making $1 million. So there we got some little gems on the butterflies. Aren't those cute? Super cute. I'm glad you guys decided to finish this one off instead of doing the other one. Although I'll probably finish that one off camera and do something really fun with this one later. And I felt like I was jumping around a little bit, but there's a lot of ins and outs. Once you see it done, it's so easy. And, like, the concept is, like, you know, 2 card bases, 1 cut in half, and then just a couple of pieces, you know, cut off so that it all comes together. But yeah, sometimes teaching something is a little bit more brain-racking than it seems initially. So use the template. That's free. It's in the store. And it just make one that's uniquely your own. I should probably stamp like a sentiment there, but I'll save that for later. This is adorable. I love how this one turned out. And I hate the fact that I always say I love how this turned out. Bling, bling. Oh gosh, there's so much bling in my store right now, you guys. My store is blinged to the max. And if you're looking for things for Christmas in July, check out the store. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Meet me on Patreon. My patrons are those awesome people that make this possible, that make me able to keep going and do these videos and stuff, because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that maybe some people aren't aware of. So now that we're done with the project itself, I want to go back to really quickly showing my patron list so I can give them some love. So thank you to my 2 VIP patrons, Deborah Miller and Deb Witt. And then also the newbies that have joined recently, Kay Myers, Rhonda Schnacky, Brenda Tobin, and Deanna Goldie. And then all the other lovelies that are in the black print. I appreciate each and every single one of them. And then the newest thing that I've been adding is, what are people saying about this Quality Crafts community? What are they saying? Is it a fun place to be? Is it worth coming? Is it good for me if I'm a beginner? What if I'm not a beginner? Hello, this is my first time watching your tutorial, and wow, I just really, really loved everything about how and what you taught. You made this craft of making vellum butterflies and any other vellum decor very doable and enjoyable for me. Thank you, by Debbie. And then I've got one that says, great card, Jen. Thanks for making something stunning with simple tools and plain paper. I love, love, love the beach theme by Michelle Calvert. So the whole premise is that I give you ideas and inspiration and tools that are easy to use. You don't have to break the bank and buy everything, every fancy tool to create them. And you can be a successful artist, even from the beginner. And if you're not a beginner, you're joining me because, you know, You can make them completely by hand, even if you don't have the template like this card, you know, and go crazy and use your talents, and maybe you're going to come up with something even more stunning than this, because I know you guys, there's a lot of really fantastic people in this group. You're going to want to meet them over on the Facebook group, Quality Crafts on Facebook. And don't forget about the blog. Our virtual Christmas in July is on July 1st. It's a Saturday, all day from 9 a.m. until, I don't know, whenever I get too tired to create anymore. And then we're also kicking off the blog challenges. They're going to be once a month. I can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait to see how many people come in and join the challenges. There's going to be prizes, great fun, and I can't wait to see you guys next video.